I feel strongly that somebody needs to hear these 3 words today. Don't give up. I almost gave up on something this week. I'm going to tell you about it. Keep watching. Today's video is brought to you by my mini course, Permission to Suck, Bypassing Perfection, Embracing Potential. This is a 3-lesson course with 3 bonus videos that has been the transition point for hundreds of my clients to change their relationship with failure for good. The price is going up at the end of the month. Details in the description box below. Welcome back to Mindset Monday on the Voice Love Company. I'm Christy Bovey. I'm a mindset coach and voice intuitive. I work with high-level professionals and pre-professionals, getting them to where they want to go, their destiny. I help people find their voice and make their sound in the world, no matter who they are, no matter what they do. Last week we talked about the power of yes and how it opens up possibilities in your life for expansion, even in your mental health. If you've missed that video, I'll leave a card for it right up here. For those of you who saw that video, were you able to say yes a little bit more last week? I heard from someone who actually said the video helped him decide to take a job that he didn't feel qualified for, but he got the job. So I was really excited to hear about that. If you have a similar story, I'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment down below. I myself am learning about the power of yes this summer. I decided to take a sabbatical of sorts from teaching voice. I still worked secretly with some of my clients who had big performances coming up, but for the most part, I really haven't done a lot of teaching. I just heard someone say on a podcast this morning that as a whole, worldwide, globally, we have all been through a trauma that has caused PTSD. And I have to admit that I got to the end of the school year in May feeling totally burned out. I was mentally and physically exhausted. And so I said a huge yes to my own well-being by taking more time off this summer than I normally would. And I've enjoyed it so much that I actually was thinking not too many days ago that I would give up teaching. I know, it's a little crazy to me as well. But I was so burnt out, probably because of all of the restrictions, the stress of trying to figure out, are we online, are we not online, feeling like the tech issues were really keeping me from doing my very best work with my clients, and just wanting to just hide my head under the sand and not do it anymore, basically. But something happened this past weekend, and that is I got to see a bunch of my very best high school students play the lead roles in Les Miserables. I had the honor and privilege of working with Jean Valjean and Eponine and Fantine and Marius and Javert. It was such an amazing process to work with these students since early February, and the production was absolutely sublime. It's a very emotional show anyway, and so when I went out to the lobby, I was feeling very tender. In fact, it's hard for me to talk about it now. Because these kids, these are the seniors who have had COVID just completely wreck their senior year, and it was their first time to really be back on stage for a real show. And so there was such victory and triumph in that. But then also, these are kids who are amazing. They're going on to have careers in musical theater. And they are so incredibly talented. So when I see my babies take the stage and do it so well, it was just beyond words. But the cherry on top was when one of them came up to me in the lobby after the performance on opening night and came to give me a hug, and to his surprise, he started to weep. And he said, "Thank you. I never would have gotten here without you." And another one of the students who was standing near us and overheard him said, "Oh yes, none of us would be here without Miss Bovey." Can I just tell you what that did for my heart and my mind? Because I remembered, oh yeah, this is my calling. This is what I'm supposed to be doing, helping people find their voice. And it was so incredibly powerful for me. I almost went from, I'm not teaching anymore, to, oh my word, how could I ever think of giving this up? I can hardly talk about this without just losing it. So, I'm sorry. If you don't like tears, this may be an episode to skip. You know, the pandemic did that to me. It made me forget who I really am, what's available to me, and what my path is. And I just thought, oh my goodness, somebody else may need to be reminded as well. So here are some important takeaways that I've been pondering for the past few days. Everything you need to succeed is free. Everything we need to be successful in life, we already have within us. We have that power. We don't need to go out and buy something. We don't need to take another course or get another certification. It doesn't matter if we get knocked down, we get back up again. Everything we need is within us. We've already got it. Our heart, our thoughts, our goals, our passions, our purpose. It's already deeply, deeply hardwired into us. The only thing that separates us from an Elon Musk or a Steve Jobs is that they never gave up. Have you seen how many rockets Elon Musk has crashed and blown up in his attempt to get himself into space? It's really incredible. He never stops. And that's the same with Steve Jobs. Neither of them ever gave up, even in the face of challenges, even in the face of people telling them they couldn't do it. There was no way, no chance for them to succeed. They never gave up, and they went places, they did things. That's what separates them from us. And the truth is, we have that same thing inside of us. We have the ability to stick it out, to get back up when we're knocked down, to never give up. The next thing I've been pondering is regret has got to go. We have got to get rid of regret. It is one of the most damaging emotions. Regret kills. It affects our mood. It causes depression. It affects our health. Regret is a complete waste of time. You know, we're constantly shoulding on ourselves. SHOULD. I had to think about that for a minute. We're shoulding on ourselves. We say things like, we should have done this, we should have done that. We beat ourselves up over and over again. That takes our energy. It steals our focus. It makes us feel defeated and small. When you feel yourself slipping into that cycle of playing judge and jury, judging yourself for everything you should have done, tell yourself to stop it. No more. We need to decide that we are not going to spend one more moment wasting our time thinking about the things we should have done. Instead, we're going to be thinking about the wonderful things we are going to do, because we deserve that. And the people who love us deserve to have a whole, healthy version of ourselves, not someone who's obsessing over regrets and shoulds in the past. Don't get eaten up by the cancer of regret. Forgive yourself. Regret serves no purpose in your life. It's a liar and not your friend. Another thing I've been thinking about is that we need to take a mental picture of the future we do want. We talked about this in another Mindset Monday video. If you can dream it, you can do it. If you have a clear vision in your heart and your mind of what it is you want to do, there's no way you can't accomplish it. So I'm going to tell on myself right now. In December of 2019, I made a vision board. It's really one of the first ones I've ever made. And I did fun things like pasting my face on the body of a gorgeous Olympic swimmer. You know, having pictures of things that are paid for, like my house, like my child's college tuition. And we had a goal of opening an artist residency where we love on artists from all over the world and live in community with them. But 2020 left me without a clear vision. I could just cry talking about this, because I would look at my vision board during the pandemic and just think, what is happening right now? What is happening to my goals, to my vision? It's just going down the tubes. So I'm realizing that I need to make a new vision board immediately, because it is important to keep that vision of the future you do want. Keep a vision of your goals constantly before your eyes, so that your subconscious mind has something to play with, has something to hope. You need those dreams to be able to move forward effectively. The next thing I've been pondering this week is be honest about what you need to change. It's hard to admit that we need to change. It's really tough to admit that the things we do are damaging us. One thing that I desperately need to change is I need to make time to relax. I'm a little bit of a workaholic, maybe a lot a bit of a workaholic. I'm always on my computer creating something. And listen, I love what I do. I love making videos for you guys. I really do enjoy the creative process of this. And I'm thinking and dreaming up new ways to serve you as a community. But I'm realizing I need more balance in my life. I want to be somebody who gets out into nature. I live in a gorgeous part of the world, and I'm inside all the time. That's got to change. I want to be somebody who is at ease in life, who spends quality time being present, who meditates, who spends time with their family and friends, and is really, really there for them. It's one of the big reasons why I felt like giving up and I felt so burnt out. And so it's something I want to ask you. What if you were 100% honest with yourself? Do you need to stop doing? What in your life is damaging you? What are those things that are preventing you from being happy, from achieving your goals? What are the damaging things about your life that are wasting your time? Look, I know this is not an easy task. Working on yourself is hard work. It's some of the hardest work you can do. A lot of times, the things that are really damaging us in our lives are the things we don't want to admit that we need to give up. Change is hard and people don't really want to do it. I get that. I had a friend tell me the other day, "Oh, you're always working on yourself." And yes, I am. I'm constantly trying to be better so that I can show up better in the world for other people. But I see the areas where I need to do even a little bit better on things like unplugging, not working, taking time to be with my beloveds without interruption and without feeling guilty. You've got to keep the big picture goal of what you're wanting to be in life, who you're wanting to be, in order to really be honest about the things that need to leave your life. You might have to say, I have to get rid of these things or these people who are filling my life with negativity or my addiction to television or my substance abuse. It's at these moments, it's at this critical juncture that you have to say, these are the things that are wasting my one precious life. It is so hard to do, but it is so important that you do it. And the final thing that I've really been pondering this week is that you need to realize your destiny. The thing that I'm realizing as I'm coming out of this place of almost giving up myself is that I need to remember who I am. I need to realize my destiny and my calling. I need to keep it ever before me, keep that fire in my belly. You have to have constant focus, constant purpose. You need a true sense of destiny. You need to honestly believe that the wonderful things that you're wanting for yourself, for your future, for your family, the success that you crave and deserve, you have to feel in your heart that it is your destiny. It is just waiting to happen. You have to believe that, because when you really start believing in yourself and you really believe that this is my destiny, this is my calling, I have a purpose on this planet, I have a focus, and nothing is going to stop me, you will be on the path that will help you get to where you want to be. And if you're a little foggy on what your destiny really is, let me just give you a clue that it feels like a calling on your life. Nothing can distract you from it. Nobody can take you off of the path toward it. Look for the signs. When that student hugged me and cried, that was my sign. It led me back to what I know my calling is, what I know my destiny is. I'm called to help people find their voice and make their sound in the world. I'm called to help people know that they are loved today, right now, exactly as they are. If you are out there and you're discouraged, oh, please, can I beg you, don't give up. I promise you, it is going to get better. Grab hold of life and really live it. No regrets. Know that everything you need is already inside you. You've already got it. Keep a mental picture of the life you really want in sharp focus. Be honest on what needs to get out of your life and get clear on what your calling and destiny actually is. Well, that's what I learned this week. If this impacted you, can I just tell you how much it would encourage me to hear from you? Leave a comment down below. I love getting feedback on these Mindset Monday videos, and it would just tickle me to hear from you. Like if you like this video, and be sure to share with somebody you know needs to hear this message. Keep finding your voice. Keep making your sound in the world today. Don't give up. The world is waiting for what you and only you bring. And remember, you are loved. Bye. Oh my goodness.